Hello, and welcome back to session 5, I believe, of Mistveil Academy. 4?
Five.
5? Okay, so Sam's just a liar.
Yeah, no. I,
That's good to know. Yes, I am Nick, your DM for this campaign, and with me are 4 lovely players. When I call upon them, they will tell me what their character's death row meal would be. And we'll start with Kawhi.
Fuck. The only thing that came to my head was Kane's, because he's Kane.
That might be my death row meal, in all honesty.
I can't even tell you what at Kane's because I've never been to a Kane's. We don't have them here.
There's only one thing at Kane's.
Chicken tendies.
Yeah.
Okay.
but you have to say your name as
Yeah.
well. You have to introduce yourself.
Oh,
and then...
do I need to introduce myself every single time as if people don't know who I am? Crazy.
I don't think you guys ever introduce yourself. I say
No,
your
we've
name
never
and
done
you
that.
respond.
Oh, that's right. It's like a call and response
Sam-
thing. Never mind.
Sam
Sorry,
again.
lying
Sam again lying.
Just a liar.
Man, we gotta get
no,
Sam out of here just lying all the time.
Raider, what would Rosemary's last meal be?
I feel like Rosemary would be coy about it and like try and be like, I want to have an all-you-can-eat buffet to kind of like cheat the system so she wouldn't get executed.
Yeah, she says that, and then it smash cuts to her with like lethal injection.
GC man.
Vash would probably get a very high quality couscous with cut fillet presented over top of it, and a side of rolls with cinnamon butter.
Like,
You
I
had
love
me-
rolls with cinnamon butter, but that with fish?
What? Couscous is rice.
Nice. Not a fillet of fish.
Yeah,
No.
fillet of fish on couscous. Wait, what?
Couscous is rice with
Yeah.
a steak.
Well,
Oh, you said
Filet
fillet, so my
I
mind
also-
went to fillet of
That's
fish.
pretty much what I went as well.
Oh God, that'd be disgusting.
it
No,
wouldn't.
filet
I was
mignon.
with you.
And Sam, what would Milo's death row meal be?
Might as well would be Bambi. Anyway.
All right, so we're kicking Sam, right?
And Milo's a cannibal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Sam does have to get it. The point of inspiration for this session.
Oh yeah.
So before we actually get into things, does anyone have anything to ask or say? Any confessions, Sam?
You want to say it on stream?
No, that's a joke for off stream.
Exactly. I suppose one thing that I like the arrow ideas. I wouldn't mind them. That doesn't have to be the same.
I like how you say that with no context to anybody what that means.
I wanted more of an incentive for Milo to use his bow. Me and Nick have been talking about trick arrows, like some Hawkeye green arrow shit. And Nick's lost it.
Yeah, so a little ball of light.
Did you see it?
Your spirit leaving your body.
So, a recap. The party set forth towards the cemetery that was about an hour away from eastern Huleti. Upon arriving, they discovered a ceremony being performed that turned a man into a ghoul. After dispatching some spirits, picking some flowers, and burning a body, the party descended into the mausoleum. they found the sarcophagi of several well-named individuals. The party fought off some spirits within a room full of urns and solved a puzzle. Upon arriving to the final room, they found a necromancer lifting the lid on the sarcophagus of Saint Anastasia. Surprisingly, it was empty. The necromancer attempted to flee but was stopped. Seeing no other option, he ripped off his necklace and he turned to vapor and disappeared. Milo, using his elven eyes, noticed the vapor heading towards eastern Huleti. Milo and Vash rushed off towards the town to help, while Rosemary and Kane took their time. We ended as Milo and Vash saw smoke rising into the sky. Okay. As you race towards the city, plumes of dark smoke stain the sky, a grim omen etched against the fading light. The clamor of battle, a terrifying symphony of steel and screams, reaches your ears long before you crest the final ridge. There, spread before you, lies a scene of utter devastation. The city gate, once a symbol of Huleti's strength, is now a splintered ruin, breached by some unseen force. The spirits have descended upon the city.
Well, this isn't good.
No, that would be an understatement. Do we need to go now?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, Milo. I'm pretty tapped out though.
No, yes, I am not doing well either. It would be nice if we had two other party members, but apparently they did not feel like running today. So I will talk about them with that later. But for now, people are dying. We need
Yes.
to help.
The last of the trees thinned, giving way to the open fields that stretched towards the city. Milo and Vash emerged from the forest's embrace, the sound of their passage, rustling leaves and snapping twigs still echoing behind them. But the forest itself seemed to hold its breath, a subtle shift in the air hinting at something more. Then it happened. Two ghouls, gaunt and twisted, erupted from the undergrowth, their putrid forms lunging towards the unsuspecting travelers. They were mid-leap, claws outstretched and rancid breath already reaching Milo and Vash, when two streaks of silver flashed through the air. With a sickening thwack, twin blades pierced the ghouls' chests, pinning them effortlessly to the nearest trees. The momentum of their attack carried them forward, leaving them suspended grotesquely, limbs twitching for a moment before falling still. The silence that followed was broken only by the drip of viscous fluids from the impaled creatures. The blades, as if guided by an unseen hand, retracted swiftly, returning to the grip of their owner. Stepping from the shadows of the tree line was a woman, an adventurer by the look of her. A tiefling woman, red horns, long white hair that almost looks pink in the right light, kind of tattered clothing, two swords on her back, very pale skin, and wearing a mask that conceals the bottom of her face. Well, looks like I arrived just in time.
Yes,
It
it is much appreciated.
yes. Uh, we were just in the middle of heading to the city. Do you care to lend a hand?
Well, that is what us adventurers are supposed to do.
Yes, right.
She gives you like a very, probably like recognize it more as like a knightly bow, kind of like an arm over her chest. Sanai Jochi.
Vash Rosalia, and he'll do a very formal bow.
Milovich Slutsky, and while I do appreciate formalities and niceties, I do believe now is not the time.
She shrugs. Well, there's always a time to learn the names of your compatriots, but I suppose you're right. And she kind of snaps her fingers for you to follow her.
Like looked at Vash, bombastic side eye. She'll run after her.
Yeah.
As you rush towards the city, I will switch the map. Some of these things won't make sense yet, but we'll get into it. You find Sir Repton, a man you've talked to a couple times. I know exactly what Raider's laughing at. And you find Sir Daniel Repton and about 15 guards outside the city gates, just holding back some spirits. They kind of defeat the last one as you guys are approaching, but you hear a large cacophony of sounds from inside the city that lead you to believe that there are still spirits there. Sir Repton looks at you guys. I thought you were supposed to stop the spirits. What the hell is this?
DM, quick question. I did send Barnabas to Repton specifically. Is Barnabas with him?
Barnabas was like on a wall, and upon seeing Milo and Vash, went down to them, but did give letter. But Daniel Repton's question still stands.
Yeah. Those undead did not come from the graveyard. We went there, cleared out. There was some sort of necromantic presence there that was trying to revive Adela or find it wasn't Adela, it was Anastasia. Was trying to find Anastasia's body, and we fought him. He turned to ash and fled towards this direction, so we came back.
It matters a little what he was trying to do at this point. I'm more concerned with what he's already done. The House of Haletti collapsed, the library's on fire, they're trying to tear down the damned spire. And as you look towards the city, you see the spire, the tall, almost watchtower in the middle of the city, almost looks like a lighthouse. These ghostly chains are wrapped around the building, ever so slightly, slowly squeezing more and more as the stone cracks on the building. And now, we're going to explain how all of this is going to work by taking you to a new map.
No map.
Why are they fighting in the streets?
You suck my dick.
So, this is a large-scale city encounter. We're not doing a lot of combats here, despite the fact that there probably would be. This special kind of encounter, a map was provided for the city that shows the dangers in the city. At the moment, there are 5 dangers here, each of them representing something different. Most of these scenes will be played out through Theater of the Mind. Examples of these would be like fires, people trapped in collapsed buildings, civil unrest. But there will also be a small portion of them where it is a fight that will be played out on a map. Grading. Overall, you need to succeed 75% of the encounters to win. In this case, there are 5 of them, so you can only fail one of them. One of the encounters. For the combat encounters, there will be civilians on the map. Your goal is to get them off the map without them dying. If 25% of the civilians die, you lose that encounter. For environmental encounters, you will perform relevant skill checks to solve the situation. So if there's a fire, you're going to roll skill checks, do spells, things like that to put out the fire. You need 3 successes to pass the encounter. 3 failures, you fail the encounter. Your first DC will be 12. If you succeed that, the next one is 17. If you succeed both of those, the last DC is 22. If you remake the same skill check on the same disaster, you will have disadvantage. Familiars can only provide the help action once during the encounter. For every 3 rounds that a check is not made on a disaster, that disaster will gain a failure. Upon 3 successes, you can move on to a new disaster. Upon 3 failures, you lose your next turn before you can move on to the next disaster. For these type of encounters, you do not need to move as a party. In fact, it's probably better to split up because of the amount of things that need to be done. Given your small smart party size, you will not be expected to complete these all by yourselves. You'll be able to command allies to different locations. Some of these allies will be an individual person. In this case, the woman you just met and Sir Daniel Repton. Or in other cases, you will have 3 platoons of guards in this thing. Allies have a set additive to skill checks that they will roll on their own disaster that you send them to. And they also have a minor stat block that you guys will use for combat purposes. Sometimes completing a disaster successfully can result in either a new ally to allocate or 1 success on a different disaster. I knew I just threw a lot of information at you guys. I do not expect you to retain any of it. This will be a we learn as we go kind of thing. But are there any questions that immediately come up?
Not good.
Okay. So I'm going to send you guys the simple stat blocks for Sir Daniel Repton, Sarnai Jochi, and the guard platoons. Each platoon consists of 5 people. As you can see, Sir Daniel Repton has a +7 to his checks. Sarnai has a +9. And the guard platoons have a +5. Even though there are 5 people in this platoon, they count only for 1 check.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them has attacks. Sarnai has Divine Smite, so you learn now that she is a paladin. Sir Daniel Repton has multi-attack. So yeah. You guys, even though Kane and Rosemary are not here, you 4 together will decide where you want to allocate your resources. For right now, Milo and Vash, go ahead and drag your tokens onto here. Down by the guards. The cross swords represents Sarnai. The long sword represents Sir Daniel Repton. Sir Daniel Repton tells you about the biggest problems in the city at the moment. There is a fire at the library. The house of Huleti has collapsed, and people are trapped inside. There is spirits attacking citizens on the street. Mina Romini of the garden is possessed at the moment and causing havoc. And in the center of the city, the spire, as I explained, is being taken down.
I had a feeling, but I had to Google what that image was. And I turned out to be correct.
I couldn't find a good image, so I used that. I tried to find something else.
Yeah, Street Fighter the movie's real crazy.
Not even the game. I used the movie poster.
To spite me.
Okay, so
It's not even the same movie, Sam. That's the one with Jean-Claude Van
Oh.
Damme.
So 4 of you will decide where the people who are currently here are going. Obviously, Milo will decide where Milo is going. Vash will decide where Vash is going. That you have autonomy over yourself.
Mhm.
But the 3 guard platoons, Sarnai and Repton, you guys will decide where they will go. You can send them all to the same place to just try to really get some buckets on one of these. But that does leave others clearly not being worked on. And then in a later round, Rosemary and Kane will show up, and they will be able to assist in their own ways.
Mhm.
Now, just an idea. Milo's not too magically inclined, right? Neither are the guards. So I reckon Milo takes the 3 regiments of guards and goes to try and save the people who are trapped in a building, which doesn't sound like it's too magically intensive. And the paladin, fighter, and the wizard go deal with like the ghost shit and the fire and stuff like that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We were on the exact same page.
hmm So Milo
Nicholas,
reases that, but in a vaguely Russian accent.
Nicholas, I do have a quick question. I know there's
Yeah.
been some kind of contention with the Find Familiar spell on whether or not I can still see through my familiar's eyes from any distance. I just can't communicate with them. How do you rule that out of curiosity?
I believe it's you cannot see through their eyes after like 100 feet.
Okay, just
Mhm.
making sure. Because I know in other campaigns there's been like, no, I can see, I just can't talk to them. So, okay.
I believe on your skill tree though there is a thing to double it.
Mhm.
But yes, you can decide where Barnabas goes. But I assume you will save his help action for yourself.
Don't think I'm that greedy.
I'm gonna say help action has to be declared before you roll. We're not
Okay.
gonna roll, get a nat one, and be like, actually.
Actually.
The only thing you can use after is inspiration.
So which group is going to be like a member down essentially? Which one has the least amount of members?
Other specialized group.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Barnabas will go with that group.
Okay.
Is the group going to fight in the street?
Okay, so where are Milo and the 3 platoons of guards going?
Okay. It kind of depends. The end goal is here, right? But will there be like role play detriments to like running past this? Or are like the people getting attacked in the streets? It's more of like a general. That's not a fixed point. That's just kind
No,
of
like
all over
the
this.
other things are kind of fixed point because they are specific buildings. But no, I will not penalize you for running past the spire um to get to the House of Haletti. They're actually in the same like area, so you're actually gonna be right next to both of them. So it's not like you're running past one.
Okay. It's funny, like if Milo's like running with the guards and there's like a group of civilians being slaughtered, and he's like, "Sorry, I can't. I'm going to anyway." So yeah, if that is the case, Milo will lead the guards to the ruined House of Haletti.
And then where are Vash, Sarnai, and Repton going?
Specialized Force Team B is going to fight in the streets.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do the street fight already. I'm gonna add you both to the initiative tracker, and you can both roll initiative.
Oh, I have advantage. I always forget. That's
9.
worse. That's so much worse.
You have the inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah, 100%. Let me use it for a fight that I'm not in.
All right. Don't know why it just always has like 7 people on the initiative tracker, even though it shows nobody, and then one person rolls initiative, and it's like, actually, there were 12 of us. Okay, almost every guard did better than you, Milo.
Okay, don't rub it in.
Sir Daniel Repton got a natural 1 on the Pride die. He is not an ally. And
Man, under command of the Dugays and
Sarnai got a 21. Things are a little goofy, silly here. We're actually going to just do the entirety of the combat first. So I need Vash to roll me a d6. There are 3 entrances to where the fight is happening. 1 and a 2, you're coming from the south. 3 and a 4, you're coming from the east. And a 5 and a 6, you're coming from the north. Okay, coming from the south. Oh, I didn't put you guys on this map. And for those of you that play in my Wednesday game, it might look a little familiar.
Those of you who play in the
Oh,
you mean
God,
all of
we're
us?
coming in from the south.
No, wait, no, I put down the wrong people.
No, that's incorrect. Look at this diverse group of characters we have in the middle.
Okay, and then, yeah, I just grabbed all the civilians from the Roll20 assets. And Vash, you can put yourself down there, thank you.
I would be a little bit further back.
Temporarily, the ghouls and the skeletons will be added to the combat tracker. Okay. And they will be taken off when the combat is over. So, first up in initiative is Sarnai, which I think between Kawhi and Raider, one of you should be Sarnai and one of you should be Repton, since you guys won't have anything to do for a couple rounds.
You
who do you
choose
want,
king.
Kawhi? All right, I will. I feel it's a little on the nose, but I'll pick Sarnai.
Yeah, thought so.
Listen. Don't worry about it. All right. And she's going first, correct?
She is first.
Alrighty. So, Red. I don't have control of the token, but I am going to send her directly up to attack the skeleton. And
try to move it now.
Yes. So she's running up here, and she's going to take a. Damn, she's got a +9. All right, shit. She is going to attack. 13.
13 to hit a skeleton. Give me a second because I didn't have this stat block open. 13 exactly hits.
Perfect. And goddamn, so that's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. 14 points of damage. Sarnai runs up, like crosses her swords, and the skeleton just explodes in bones. Sarnai has multi-attack, so
He sure does. So I'm sending her to the right, and she's going to attack that one. And that's a 17 to hit. That'll hit. And 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage will kill this one too.
Let's go!
And let me see, it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she's going to post up there.
Okay. That will bring it to the ghouls. Ghoul? All of these civilians have 15 HP. Obviously, that is much higher than normal civilian, but I think it's unfair to you guys to make everything one-shot these guys. So each civilian has 15 HP with an AC of 12. The one on the left misses. The one on the right hits. The woman on the top right. This one also will attack the woman on the top right, but he will miss. That brings it to the skeletons. Skeletons move like that, and like that, and like that. So there are going to be 3 arrow shots and 1 short sword attack on Sarnai.
Mhm.
That's going to be 2 hits. Sarnai takes 3 plus 8, 11 damage.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And that will bring it to Vash.
All right. Best way for... I think I'm going to... So right here... Check... This real... Okay, yeah, this
Fireball.
Should be...
We saved the city.
Okay. Vash will go ahead and do a fire bolt on probably my best bet would be this one right here. So roll it. That is a 22 to hit
22 will hit.
for 1 damage. Wow. Good job, Firebolt.
And that one was the one directly ahead of you. The
Yeah.
ghoul?
Yeah, this ghoul from the...
Okay.
Yeah. And that
Okay.
will be Vash's turn.
Okay. A very productive turn, might I say. Your parents were right when they said you are a special boy. Okay. That will bring it to Sir Daniel Repton. One thing I forgot to add, Sir Daniel Repton has a 40-foot movement speed.
Oh.
He's the only one that has a different movement speed.
The more you know. Okay. He's gonna run past and take an opportunity attack.
Okay, it will take that attack. Does a 16 hit Sir Daniel Repton?
No.
Okay, keep going.
He's able to move up here, and then... Well, might as well. I guess I'll attack this guy.
Okay.
His multi-attack, it's just attacking twice, right?
Yes,
Plus 7, so 18.
definitely.
And so it's 1d10 plus 4. So 3 plus 4.
7.
7.
7. A 7 will kill this skeleton. These are modified skeletons. They are minor skeletons. So.
I can't believe you're sending
Sam,
child
God
skeletons
damn it,
after us.
Sam. God damn it, Sam. And there's nothing else within 5 feet of you, and you do not have a ranged attack, so I presume that is the end of Sir Daniel Repton's turn.
Is he like Captain the Guard? Isn't it whack that he does not have a fucking bow on him? Fuck this guy. That's the end of the turn.
It gets to the end of initiative when the NPCs, the civilians, take their turn. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's under that skeleton, so I'm just going to delete that.
He hides
5,
under the bones.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. This lady's going to move first, take an opportunity attack from that ghoul. Natural 1. That is, I think, my 4th natural 1 this combat. And we are on round 1. These die are going in a separate spot for right now. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She is going to move, take an opportunity attack. She is already injured, so this could be bad. 8 plus 4, that does unfortunately hit, but rolled a 1 on the damage die. She is still alive.
Oh, thank
5,
God.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one will move and take an opportunity attack from the one on the top left. That will hit. That is a 2 on the die. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then no more opportunity attacks up here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. That brings us to Sarnai at the top of initiative.
Alright, she is going to attack the skeleton to the right. That's a 28 to hit. And that's 15 points of damage.
Yeah, that'll take it out.
This is...
Wish I could roll like that, guys.
that's fine, that's fine. And then she will use her second attack to attack the ghoul. 21.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that's 13 points of damage.
Yeah, that'll kill that ghoul.
Alright, cool. And then she is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, and kind of post up there and guard the remaining civilians.
Okay. I'll bring it to the ghouls. Go up to you, go up to you, go up to you. They will each get an extra +2 to attack because they are flanking. I know those two won't hit, but a 19 will hit, right?
Yes, that'll hit.
That will be 7 damage to Sarnai.
Okay.
Skeletons. The other one doesn't really have a good shot at civilians, but this one will move up and take a shot at the one on the left. How do I keep rolling fucking nat ones? What the fuck? God damn. This one's gonna run up to fucking Repton. That is not enough to hit. Guys, I'm gonna start fudging rolls here in a second.
No, that's fine, don't worry about it.
That brings it to Vash.
Vash will target this skelly boy right here for
There
A
are civilians in the way.
Oh, yeah.
They count as an ally, though, so you can move through their space.
Okay, yeah. I'll move here.
You see men kill them. Make yourself a shot.
And as he's running, Vash will basically tell him where to run. Tell the civilians where to run for safety. Oh, attack right here. That is a 17 to hit,
That'll hit.
and for 7 points of damage on this skelly boy right here.
That skeleton is dead.
Ooh. And hold on. Check this. Let me see how much movement I have left. I only have 5 feet. I'll move 1 square over to try to shield the civilians a little bit more, and that will be
Yep.
my turn.
Sir Daniel Repton.
Alright, he's gonna attack the one in front of himself. That's not great. Plus 7? I
Try-
think it's only like a
Try
9.
again, fuck boy.
That's even worse.
What's your plus to hit?
Is it plus 7?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That brings it to Sarnai.
Whoa, he's
All
gonna
right.
move right
Oh.
here. Fuck you.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Also, the civilians go before Sarnai, don't they?
This is true.
Nobody likes a teacher's pet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That one can make it out. That one can make it out. 5, 10, that one can make it out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh. Actually, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, all of them were able to make it out on that turn.
We did it. We saved the city.
Yeah!
So technically, that's a success. We do not have to finish the rest of that combat.
Let's go.
W.
So we'll head back to. I hate that when I move the party ribbon, it doesn't move me too.
Man,
We'll
let
put.
me tell you. Every time I see that Street Fighter the movie, it tickles me something fierce.
We'll put a little green dot on the Street Fighter to say that you succeeded it. Alright, so that was Sarnai. Now we go to the guards. Now I'll explain what's happening here. The House of Leti has caved in on itself. You hear people screaming for help inside. The guards, they don't have to take a particular skill check. They just have a +5 to whatever they do on their turn. So Sam, there are 2 guards ahead of you. Go ahead and roll 2 d20s, each of them with a +5 to it, signifying their skill checks for this. The first one they need to
Oh,
get
they're
a
hitting me
12
in
or higher.
initiative. Okay.
Yes.
Thought you mean they were just vaguely in front of me. I was confused. Be the first one. Wait, what does this do? No, 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 no. Alright. Not the greatest.
It is 1 success, though. They have a +5. That is a 12. That is 1 success on the House of Huleti. The next DC is 17. That is
18
2
will do it.
successes on the House of Huleti. This is going much better than it did in my practice round. Now brings it to you, Sam, where you actively have to describe how you are helping and what skill check is being applied to that. I will say for future, some abilities and like class abilities, race abilities, and some spells could lower the DC. But I feel like you're probably tapped out on spells.
I have spells. Just not great. Just not
Just
not super
not the
useful.
right ones.
It's gonna
Right,
Zephyr strike a civilian in the street. You know, in like some towns, in some medieval towns, they trained like little dogs to like fetch pails of water. This isn't the fire, so that doesn't fucking matter. Never mind.
You could
I
hunters
think
mark civilians to
Oh,
get to
God.
them easier.
I don't think that's how that works.
Sure it
I
is.
also need to see them. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I think Milo is just going to put his bow on his back, sling his gun, and he's just gonna run in and start moving rocks out of the way. I think he's very one-track minded. I think he's gonna try to get some people out. I think it's just gonna be a regular athletics check.
You need a 22.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Can I? Because there's another guard behind me, right? In the initiative, there's a fucking third guy. Can I consolidate our turns and roll with advantage? Can I hold my action to help him?
No.
This is bullshit. I hate this game. Oh god, is there anything my ranger ass can do?
Now you do. Now this is me being legitimate. You do have your inspiration if you would like to use it on this one.
No, I'm definitely thinking about that.
Just look at what you're proficient at, and then think of what you can do with that proficiency.
Like, a lot of this is like animal handling, stealth, survival, and like I can't really like. Oh, you're like trapped inside of a building. Let me make a little campfire for you in front of it. Yeah, I could like. Okay, could I use a perception check to try to spot as many civilians as I can, and I'll send in the guards. Like, I'll be like, get to the guards. There are guys here, here, and here. Is that better? Because
I will allow you to roll a perception check. I think that is applicable here.
okay, perfect. Looking for civilians.
Yeah,
Nat 20!
oh. So that's instant success, right, Nick?
It counts
mean-
as two. It counts as two successes. Not
Oh,
that
there
you
you go.
needed. You only needed one, but it would have counted as two successes. Which now you will learn a natural one counts as two failures.
I'm throbbing.
So, in the first round, you guys have completed. You have succeeded two of them. And you need to wait until the top of the next round to move on to a new thing. So, where are the crews moving? This is round 2. At the beginning of round 3, Kane and Rosemary show up.
I think probably Team Super Mega Alpha Beta.
Super Mecha Death Christ.
Yeah. Probably go for the possession because that's
That's
the
what I was
next.
thinking.
Seems like the next most qualified place for all the high tiers to be.
All right, so Sarnai is top the initiative. Raider, you've been rolling for Sarnai. Go ahead, roll a d20 plus 9 to get at least 12. I pray for a nat 1, so this starts becoming difficult. Things have been going
25.
too well.
25.
That's a success. Okay, so now it gets to the guards. Are the guards splitting up, or are all 4 of you still going to the same place?
No, I don't trust these fucking nitwits by themselves. Milo's gonna lead the guards over to the fire. We're gonna save that spire for the big grand finale, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I forgot to give the little narrative for Mina. You guys get to the garden. It is being entangled in vines, and you see Mina in the middle, civilians kind of like hanging upside down from the ceiling as vines have wrapped around their body, and Mina is in the center of it. Think almost poison ivy-esque in a giant flower, just standing there controlling these vines, attacking the civilians here, capturing them, her eyes completely black. So, Sam, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing you did last round. Roll a d20 plus 5 for each of these two guards. I pray one of them fails. Because if you guys just completely steamroll this, the next time you do one of these, I will have to make it considerably harder.
So 23. That's a 14.
Okay, so the first one succeeds, you only need a 10, but the second one was a 17 DC. That is one failure. You have one success, one failure on the library. It is your turn, so now, narratively, the library on fire. Not a lot to tell you much more than that. There's fire on the inside, fire on the outside. Simeon Flowers is on the inside, trying to do what he can, but it's probably not. He's probably not going to be able to do much. He is a second level wizard at most.
Okay, so end goal is to stop the fire or save the civilians.
Stop the fire is the main goal for this one.
Oh, this is what I didn't want to do. I thought the special units team was going to do the fucking fire. So you guys started beating the shit out of Ghost in the middle of the alleyway, which I could have fucking done. But mine instead of been fucking create water spell slot bullshit. Is fucking. Can I look?
None of us have like create water. I don't know what you're getting mad about.
Yeah, but y'all like, dude.
I have
yeah. The
I
water
have
should not
create
be
water.
naturally hazard.
I don't have it available though. I've used everything.
Did you get a free cast or maybe not? Maybe
I
it's,
did.
like,
I
crap.
used that. That
Oh,
was
what?
used.
When did you use
I can't. I used it to like destroy water or something. I can't remember when I used it, but I know I have nothing. I have nothing up.
Okay. We're doing the fire. Are there any small dogs with water bucket?
Small dogs, water back.
And if there isn't, can I use animal handling to convince small dogs to create a fairy chain to the closest well?
Are you close enough to call the Huskers?
Okay, Sam.
Canonically, the Huskers are in town.
Sam, I need you to roll me a D100. You want a 70 or higher to have the Huskers, or as you put it, small dogs nearby, for this to even be possible.
This is
Okay.
the best time to use your inspiration. I don't know what you're talking about.
Inspiration's only on a D20. This is
Fuck
where you're doing a
you.
D100 here. You need a 70 or higher.
I've seen if I have any like summon animals type bullshit as a ranger. I need 70 or higher.
Killing myself.
A legion of small dogs.
A legion of Frenchies, all with little buckets, create a fireman's line to bring little buckets. But I need you to roll the animal handling check. You need a 17 or higher.
You said that there could be spells or abilities that could increase or like decrease the DC or increase my like thing. I have primeval awareness, which means I can like communicate with animals, simple concepts and ideas. Could I use that in tandem with the animal handling check to just make this whole operation run smoother?
Do you think that telling these Frenchies to take buckets of water and throw them on a fire is a simple concept?
Okay, can I cast Speak with Animals and explain to it in a not so simple concept?
If you have the spell slot, I will lower the DC to 15.
What are
Yeah,
the what are the fucking dogs with the little tiny mustaches?
But I
Schnauzer?
tell you.
There you go, schnauzers. Yeah, I just imagine like an army of them rolling up through the fucking city.
All right, DC 15.
The army of small dogs. I didn't even bring in the Huskers for some reason. I just went straight to small dogs with little buckets of water. One by one are.
Yeah, the Huskers who have an intelligence score would respond, but no, now there is like somehow there
No.
was like an army of Frenchies.
Okay.
There was a pet store near the library. They were having a
So.
special sale.
The library has 2 successes and 1 failure. Now we're going back to Mina, who has 1 success, 0 failures. Hopefully soon to be 2 failures when Vash rolls a nat 1.
All right. So for Mina, can are we just like fighting her?
You can fight her if you think that's the skill check you want to try to go for. Thank you, camera. Uh, or you can make some kind of other check to try to stop the possession or interrupt it. Or you can make checks to try to get some of the civilians out of here. There are several different checks you can make here. I'm going to quickly turn
Okay.
off and on my camera.
Yep. I feel like Vash
There we go.
would try to I don't know how well this would transfer, but just tell me if this wouldn't work. Vash is going to try to use his knowledge of magic to try to interrupt the possession. Or I guess break the chain of possession.
Yeah. That would probably be an Arcana check.
Okay.
You need a 17 or higher.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You have an inspiration?
Yeah, you gave it to me last session because because of the character, because I wasn't gonna go forward, and then I was like, well, because of
Oh.
Ash's backstory.
That's true. You did
Oh,
do
yes,
that
I did give that to you. Yep.
at the very end. Normally it would have just
Yeah.
turned into temp HP, right, or something?
Gold.
10,
Gold.
Yeah, 10 gold. Yeah, you said next session I could have one. Oh my god.
So, there is now 1 success, 1 failure on Mina Romini's possession.
Mhm.
Now we go to Sir Daniel Repton, who is also within there. So, Kawhi rolled the d20 plus 7. You need a 17 or higher. Oh, okay. Plus 7.
Or 7.
Oh,
Not
you
that
scared me so much. I was like, no, what happened?
that is I will tell you guys, if you get 3 failures on Mina, she dies. So with a 23, that is 2 successes. DC raises to 22. Current standing at the end of initiative. Oh no, sorry, there's one more guard. Sam, do you think this guard can get a DC 22 with a +5?
He could fucking try.
At the moment, there are 2 successes and 1 failure on the library. And
Oh,
2
if you get 3 failures, you
successes.
fucking explode, right? Or something like that? You die?
Three failures, you lose this place. You lose this encounter. You have to roll it, unfortunately. So if he rolls a nat 1, the library burns down.
It's all on you, Sam.
Just don't roll a nat 1. That is a failure, but not a critical failure. So, at the end of initiative, the current standings are the House of Huleti and the Street Fight, success. The Spire, no one has touched it. At the end of next round, it will automatically take a failure. The Library, 2 successes, 2 failures. Mina Romini, 2 successes, 1 failure. Kane and Rosemary, go ahead, drag yourself onto the board and roll initiatives after I add your turn.
Good fucking get in here and fucking help. It's gone sideways.
And you guys would just be thrown into initiative wherever you land.
What's my character sheet? There it is. Yeah. 16.
Okay. Honestly, you guys are higher initiative because you did take that brisk walk instead of the run. You have more energy. Okay. What's this lady's name? What's her name? Sarnai.
Sarnai.
Now that Kane and Rosemary are here, I will roll for them.
Nick,
Hopefully,
may I say what I was gonna do to lower the DC?
Has Sarnai?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna have her kind of like whack her with like the blunt side of the blade, but expel a divine smite to try and expel the demonic presence.
I'll lower it by 2.
Yeah.
So this is on 2 successes. That brings from a 22 to a 20. Mina needs an 11 or higher on the die.
Huzzah!
Mina Romini is no longer possessed. And in fact, she becomes an ally and able to help you. I'm just going to turn the disaster token into her token. She will not act until next round, though. Okay. We got 2 guards. Neither of them can fail this check.
You could they be moved and make a different check, or
Regardless of what check they make, they add a +5.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
well,
can I move them away so that Milo is the closer to the initiative, who A, I trust more, and B, if they fuck up, at least it's more of a personal failure.
You will have to send them to the tower, and they will make checks there in the meantime.
Mhm.
That's fine, because they're lower, and I trust them to actually... Okay, so yeah.
So I will move these 2 to the tower. Go ahead, roll those d20 +5, 2 of them, to see tower successes and failures.
Immediate nat 1.
Oh my God, Kawhi! Why would you say that? That was so close.
That's a failure.
So that's 2 failures.
No, that's
No.
1 failure
Oh,
on
okay.
the tower. We need 1 more roll. That's 1 success.
Oh my God, Kawhi!
Now it's going to be really funny, Sam, when you mess up this roll.
Not me,
on
it's
the library.
Rosemary, and then...
Well, depending on where Rosemary goes, Rosemary might want to go to the tower.
Fucking help me!
What's she gonna do?
Milo has a bow and arrow. Milo has shit that causes fires, not puts them out.
Bold of you to assume that Rosemary has anything that can help right now. Honestly, Because the tower's the like large. We can see the tower being all chained up. Yeah.
Yes. I will also say the failure of the tower will collapse into the city. It is more danger than just the tower collapsing. It is
Alright.
buildings and homes will be destroyed as well.
All right. I feel like Rosemary kind of like looks to Kane's just like, well, I feel like we should go to the big scary tower. So and she starts running off to the tower.
Okay. The first player character at the tower. You head to the tower. Those chains are constricting the building. Spirits are climbing their way up the tower, dragging their claws into it, breaking up the stone. You see Governor Dugay at the very top of the tower, um, uh, in panic. What do you do to stop this?
Rosemary's gonna look around. Are there any like ruins or anything like an origin point of the chains constricting around it?
You believe the spirits are the origin points of the chains.
Okay. Rosemary's just gonna try and get the attention of the spirits and try and dispel them as best she can and see if she can help halt the collapse.
Okay. So do you want to do an Arcana check then?
Yes, I will do that. Also, I feel like Barnabas. Well, no, I feel like now that Barnabas is close enough, Rosemary would send him to any other areas that might need help. And Sam, you get your fucking help here.
Sam has a point of inspiration to use. Sam's
know.
good.
I know.
No, I'm fucking not.
All right, so Arcana. And what do I need to succeed this one?
You need a DC 17. Yeah, DC
Okay.
17. It
Okay,
has
I'm
one
good at
success
this.
and one failure at the moment. So get a nat 1. Get a nat 1, please.
That's a 7.
Oh my god.
You should have kept Barnabas.
Ah,
That
it's
is one
fine.
success and 2 failures on the
Mhm.
tower. The structural integrity of the tower is crumbling. Mina Romini will not be active until next round. That brings it to Kane.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
That's a great question. I don't know what I'm gonna do if are these ghosts like flying or are they like
They're like where? Where at? The tower?
yeah, the tower.
There are some flying around the tower. There are some scaling
Okay.
the side of the tower. It depends on the breed of ghost.
Okay.
The ghost chains. That's metal as fuck.
It's actually not metal. It's ghost material.
Okay,
So
well he's gonna
relax.
go to the tower.
Will Dugay fall?
So just to set the stage here, the tower is on 1 success and 2 failures. Needs a DC 17 to succeed. The library is on 2 successes and 2 failures. Needs a DC 22 to succeed. If you guys fail both of these places, the whole encounter is lost.
Yeah, the city blows up.
Crazy.
Not necessarily, but it will be less good for you guys in the long run.
Could you tell Doogie to jump and you catch him?
This is the height of a lighthouse.
Have you seen Kane?
There are like ghosts I could attack though, right? Like I could have maybe could I try that? Could I try attacking or like anything?
You can do an A to hit, yes, but
Okay.
that'll be the only time you can do it unless you want disadvantage in the future.
But I wanted to also use superiority die to do like maneuvering attack as well.
So the unfortunate thing with that is it's going to be a no.
Okay.
Only because you hitting this ghost is not signifying you attacking one ghost. This is signifying a lot of fighting.
Could I burn more stuff?
No.
Okay. Because,
Because your
yeah.
superiority die would only add to damage. It's not going to add to hit.
No, it would help other people. Well, if I do a maneuvering
In this
check, it will.
instance, I don't think it's applicable because this isn't like 6-second rounds and things like.
I'll just
normal.
do a normal hit then.
Yeah, DC 17.
You do have precision hit, don't you?
It's 27.
So, at the moment, both the tower and the library are on 2 successes and 2 failures, each needing a DC 22 to succeed. And now, Milo is up, being stacked with not only Barnabas, but also... Well, here's the thing. Barnabas, and I've said this in the past, there are some things I won't allow a familiar to help with. If you're lifting up a boulder, not a chance in hell I'm letting this thing help you. So keep that in mind, I guess, when you're deciding what skill you're using and what you're doing with it.
Sam, I will let you know. I did check, and I used my one cast to Shield of Faith. I do have Create Water up.
Yeah, but Sam could get the help action, and then if she fails, she still has an inspiration, so she could choose to roll again with inspiration.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have
Yeah,
advantage.
I'm just letting you.
Your create
Well,
water
I
would
can't
only lower
do
this
this.
DC by
Yeah,
2.
here's the thing, GC Ban. You're not gonna matter. You're not gonna be here till next round, and
Oh yeah, that's true.
this right here is the last roll, whether
Yeah,
for
this is the
better or
last- yeah.
worse. This is the last roll.
Okay.
Essentially, you have double advantage technically with inspiration and the familiar, as long as you pick a skill check that applies to a familiar, something that Barnabas can help with.
What? Okay. Hear me out. I'm trying to get creative. It might come across skeezy, but I'm trying to get creative because Milo is a marshal, and if he's not rolling hit die, like damage die, it's hard for him to do shit. You know, in large-scale forest fires, where they'll get firemen with like axes and they'll cut down like a couple meters of tree line, so they can't stop the fire. But when the fire reaches a certain place, there's no more fuel. I don't know why you're laughing, Nick. All right, this is a genius idea. Milo can't stop the fire, at least any more than these puppy dogs with the little water buckets are already stopping it. Can he attempt to break down any walls that he would notice that would cause the fire to spread more than it is, if that makes sense? Like there's
Okay.
a section of the building that isn't burnt. This section is burnt. There's like a big wall in the middle that's gonna like slowly cause it to fire. He would like to charge headfirst and break the wall down. Break the wall down.
In order to get the advantage, can Barnabas kind of like fly above the flames to find said?
That's what I
said
was thinking.
structural
Barnabas can help me
integrity?
spot these weak links within the building's foundation that Milo would then run headfirst into and break. Athletics check. I don't have a great athletics, but I've
What
already
do you
used
add-
perception.
what do you add to athletics? I'm curious.
+4.
Okay. So you still need an 18 on the die.
Yes. I'd be willing to take... Milo would be willing to take damage if we want. Like, he would run into a burning wall to try and save these people.
I don't think I'm gonna let you lower the DC by taking damage in this thing where we're not calculating health. I will allow Barnabas to help you. You will have advantage on a DC 22 athletics check. You need an 18 or higher on the higher of the 2 die. If you do not, you may roll one more time with inspiration to hit that DC 22.
I've done animal handling, I've done perception. The other 2 6s I have would be stealth and survival.
Yeah, are we not
I
allowed to
can't be-
re-roll? Are we not allowed to use the same ability on the same check?
You
can use it
have
once?
disadvantage if you
Okay.
use it again.
Yeah, and the disadvantage would offset the 2 extra points.
What would your check on the tower be? Because, like I said, like if you moved to the tower, did your check on the tower, I could do the create water.
Milo is here. Milo
Oh,
can't
gotcha.
move
Okay,
from the fire at the moment.
gotcha. Okay.
I don't think I would, because like I'm swapping it another 22 for another 22.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm trying to make a 22 DC with
Mhm.
ultimately failing. So I think I just need to sack up and fucking roll it. Advantage, athletics.
That is a 14 and a 12. You have inspiration to roll one more time. Not with advantage, though. Just one more die.
Oh my God, Sam, you did it!
Cry.
I want you, Sam, to explain to me how it looks when Milo is doing this, and I want you to say it as gloriously and heroic as possible, because that was very impressive that you rolled the 22.
And nobody saw it.
Yeah, Barnabas saw it. Barnabas was there. I think, yeah, Barnabas is. I think they share a look with Barnabas, and Barnabas knows what to do. He starts scouting the area, and you know that scene in Captain America where he's chasing the Winter Soldier and he's just running through wall after wall after wall? I think Milo's doing that, except the walls are on fire and he's not as fucking buff as Captain America, so it doesn't look as cool, but he is just powering through these walls, trying to break down, try to contain the fire any way as possible, covered in soot and ash and small little burns. But he just doesn't stop because people need to be saved, and that's what adventurers do.
Yeah. That succeeded. Vash, you are going to move at the top of the round. Repton will move at the top of the round. That guard will move at the top of the round. Back to the top of the round with Sarnai. I'm going to be a bit of an asshole. I don't want an NPC to make the final roll. So that means, Rosemary,
Okay.
Wait.
there are 2 successes and 2 failures on the tower.
Mm-hmm.
You must make a DC 22 check to save the tower.
Okay, so the goal is to save the tower, not Mr. Dugay.
No, Mr. Dugay can die. If to save the tower you have to kill the Mr. Dugay, I can't think of a way that helps.
Okay.
But if you can figure out one, yeah, he can die to save the tower. Because Governor Dugay dying, it's not good, but it's one guy, which is unfortunate to say. The tower collapsing levels a city block.
Okay. All right. Let me think here for a second. Let me see. What do I got here? I don't have much that can help, which is unfortunate. Okay, so describe to me what is the situation right now? The structural integrity is collapsing, but what is
the chains are digging into the walls, the foundations, all the way up the tower. It's like a spiral, almost making it look like kind of like a sinister candy cane. Governor Dugay's at the top, but again, he's expendable pretty much. Ghouls are climbing their way up the tower, and spirits are flying around, shooting spirit blasts at the tower.
Okay. If that's the case, during all of Rosemary's studies about the occult and everything, obviously the Arcana did not work, so she's turning to the sacred art of religion to see if she knows any any prayers or any
turning to God when
pretty much. To be fair, she talked to almost literal Jesus. So her goal is basically to look around and be like, basically to do kind of any like religious act that might like give like divine intervention, especially considering that she has spoken to Anastasia directly at this point. She's basically like, well, Anastasia, if there's anything that can help me out here. And she's going to try her best.
Roll me a D100.
Yeah.
On a, we're going to say 70 or higher, Anastasia might help you.
Okay.
Nope.
R.I.P.
Anastasia does not help in this moment, but you can still roll your religion check. We need a DC 22, or the tower will collapse.
Alrighty, let's see. Alright, I get a +7 to this, so there's a possibility.
You got this, Raider.
Nope.
R.I.P. Raider, that tower's the god.
Kane and Rosemary, you are right in front of it as it happens. Milo and Vash, you are across the city, but the tower is high enough that you see it from anywhere within the city. A final loud crack within the foundation. The entire city shudders for a moment, and the tower collapses in on itself, the rubble cascading out, destroying an entire city block. You guys have failed the tower. And
Nicholas, this might be a little silly, but I'm gonna try something. Rosemary's gonna try and like, I know it's harmless, but she's gonna try and cast Thaumaturgy to kind of like cause a minor earthquake to kind of like condense the rubble. Like, she knows it's coming down, but she's gonna try and like condense it in that area specifically to see if there's any way that it can kind of like, almost like jumping in an elevator at the last second. You know what I mean?
what do you add to a spell attack?
Plus, what is my plus? Give me a second. It is a +7.
EC 22.
Okay.
Roll a d20 plus 7. And if you succeed, it'll count as a half success.
Okay. That's so unfortunate.
One shy.
Can I argue for a quarter success?
I
will
thought
say
I was
you-
cheeky.
I will say you probably do save a couple buildings, but it's just not enough. It is a huge tower, and you eventually, I think Kane grabs you and pulls you back because you would be crushed if you had stayed any longer. The tower collapses. The few people that were inside have died. Governor Dugay has died. It might not feel like it, but you guys did succeed. You were only allowed to fail one, and you only failed one. The library has been recovered. A lot of things were lost, but it's recovered, and that means your book that you want to get has not been destroyed. If the library had been burnt down, the book would have been destroyed. Mina Romini was saved, which will have impact. The House of Huleti was saved, Arturo being pulled out of the rubble at some point, which is a good thing, and every civilian was saved in the street fights. But I think we will do maybe an hour time skip. Actually, maybe that's a good time to take a break. We're almost at 2 hours. Maybe that'll be a good time to take a break before we get into the rest of things. So yeah, we will be right back after a short break. Be right back. Welcome back to Mistveil Academy. Some stuff happened during the break. I am a different person than I was 20 minutes ago. But we're back. Uh, uh, the library was saved. Mina Romini was saved. House of Valetti. People were dragged out of the rubble. The Street Fighter movie was a success. It wasn't so much in real life, if I had to guess. Um, but unfortunately, nobody will ever forget 219, the day where the tower fell. Um, you guys have taken a short rest. Um, what do you guys do? You guys are kind of still in the thick of it. The ghosts have retreated. Um, it seems that the threat is over. Whatever power that necromancer had seems to have dissipated.
Kind of like retroactively, I feel like right after the tower fell, Rosemary is looking through the rubble, kind of like hopelessly looking for survivors.
I think you eventually do find Governor Duguay. Um, he has passed. Um, but even though he is dead, he does look prideful.
Rosemary will drag his corpse out and at least I know there's no burial, but she will like perform the necessary like traditions of getting the body ready to be disposed of.
The rite of passing.
There you go.
99.9% of corpses are cremated these days. Because they don't want what happened with that cemetery to keep happening. Mina Romini and Arturo Prime of House of Valetti in the Garden, they are going around and it's very loud. They are going around and kind of doing the same thing you are, Rosemary, as guards are pulling bodies out of the rubble. It doesn't feel like it, but things could have been a lot worse. There were lives lost, probably around 50, but thanks to your guys' actions, a lot of deaths were prevented. And Eastern Huleti still stands. Much to the chagrin of Western Huleti, who would see this city burn. So yeah. So what's the group's plan?
Vash would probably do any basic assistance that he could for civilians, trying to make sure everybody was safe, had maybe like pass out rations, then kind of wait for everything to die down, unless anybody else had anything.
I actually think as you're in the middle of that, Vash, you are grabbed by Simeon Flowers from the library. And he brings you over to the gate that was destroyed. And you can see it is almost entirely rebuilt. They are like the Amish. I know you don't like hearing that word, GC man, but they are like the Amish. They have rebuilt this gate incredibly quickly, and you're being asked to help put back up the abjurative runes to keep spirits out. I will actually ask you for a roll. Simeon will give you the help action. It's a DC 15 Arcana check.
All right.
Because you don't really have to do any of the work per se. The runes already exist. You just have to make them properly. Ooh.
R.I.P. Vash is tapped out. He's used so much magic. He's fighting to keep his attention, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, and I think the people there understand that without you even having to say that you are just physically exhausted, magically exhausted, mentally exhausted. They hold more guards at the gate than they would normally because the rune is gone, so there is a little less help in the city. But they do ask that before you leave, if you could try again.
Yeah.
When you guys are leaving, that's kind of up to you guys at this point because you guys have technically finished the job. Vash would still need to go back to the cemetery and put up the rune.
Yep.
But other than that, kind of done here. But I don't know how long you guys would stay. Perhaps you guys need to talk about that.
I
feel
think
like
yeah.
the immediate concern for Rosemary is she's going to help out specifically the people that were most injured. Going ahead and using healing magic, taking another short rest if she needs to in order to get everyone she can, and kind of helping out with just like general like taking care of people.
There is like a makeshift field hospital that's kind of set up near the ruins of the tower. And I think you spend a lot of your time there with Mina and Arturo, along with actual like doctors, non-magical doctors, practicing that Western medicine. Yeah, I think your help is very much appreciated, and because you're like a warlock, you're able to just go take a little rest, and then you can come back and help. So I think you do provide a lot of help to these people.
Kane will use his body to help. He'll do any kind of heavy lifting or whatever. Okay.
Hey, fucking doing the Luna Snow dance in the middle of the infirmary.
Mi canción. But yeah, any like if any big ass rocks need to be moved and shit like that, he'd help where he could.
Your help is probably most needed at the tower, probably more so where it has fallen onto other buildings. You are moving rubble. You are finding dead bodies, but you also do find a few people that survived. But yeah, a lot of your muscle is being put to work there with Sir Daniel Repton and I don't know why I keep forgetting her name. Sarnai. And Milo. What's Milo doing?
I think Milo runs from where the library was to the site of the spire. A little retroactively, yeah, he kind of runs onto the scene to try and get there as quickly as possible, but far too late. I think he just takes in. I think in the back of his mind he knows that, like you said, it could have been worse, but this still does kind of feel like a defeat, like a pit in the bottom of his stomach. I think he shoots a dirty look at Rosemary and Kane throughout most of the. Don't think he talks to them, but he shoots some dirty looks throughout most of the effort. But he'll take that 1 hour short rest because he's fucking exhausted. And then I'd like to think it's canonical that Milo actually knows carpentry, so I'd like to think he's a part of the Amish carpentry relief efforts. He's going around with all them building gates and shit like that.
Lovely. At this point, it's probably like 10, 11 at night. a lot of people have been displaced because it wasn't one of the activities, or one of the disasters, but homes were destroyed around the city through fire and other means. The House of Huleti was destroyed, so a lot of people are in the garden. Armenia is doing what she can to make space for people. But that evening, it's a very cramped space, and I don't know if there would be room for you guys, but do you guys stay together that night?
I would think Rosemary would. Only thing is that she would give like Barnabas just like a tiny little like stone for him to hold in his little talons, and cast the light spell on it and kind of guide any people that are like lost, or anybody that can't find their way with all the craziness.
I think Milo would offer to like set up a little camp for the group, like real wilderness rocking it type beat. If there's like no actual like beds or places for them to stay.
Yeah, Vash will get basically enough for a long rest, and then gonna get up and go and try to hand at the arcane word again. It's bothering him that he couldn't get it up.
You couldn't get it up. It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
I think Milo will spend the time to make a campfire for the group. He'll set up kind of like a triangle, like 3 bedrolls in a triangle, so they could all sleep around it. But I think he would go to like a nearby tree and create like a hammock between 2 of the branches up into the things. I'm sure he's done many times before to sleep out of the range of monsters, but he's just doing it to get away from everyone else at the moment.
Vash would be like, oh, Milo, I much appreciate it. I'm not one for camping outside. So I don't know how this works.
Milo like peeks over his little hammock he's made. Yeah, no, no worries, Vash. No, we all have our strengths, and your work on the magic and the abjuration can truly not be undermined. I appreciate everything you've done. I suppose this is my way of trying to repay it.
Let me tell you, we're a group, so we gotta stick together. I put my trust in you, and you can put your trust in me.
Always. Always. But we have a big voyage back, so we should get some rest.
Yes. No, go ahead and take a sleepy sleep.
You all. Oh,
No, I was just gonna
Was
say,
there-
Kane would give Rosemary a cigarette, but there would be no words exchanged.
You may not say anything, but she, on the other hand. Yeah,
Disgusting.
Rosemary does accept it, and she kind of just looks to Kane and, I appreciate you pulling me out of there there at the end. I tried to do the best I could, but yeah, it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Ghostbusters got their limits, right? There was like way too many ghosts to do anything about that.
Yeah, but still, this is kind of my specialty, and I feel like I dropped the ball.
I wouldn't say that, per se. Those guards were a little useless. I mean, they didn't fucking do shit.
Yeah, but still, not to mention that we didn't take our time, obviously, but we took a little bit extra time, but I thought that would be best having everyone at least 100%, but I don't know, I wonder if maybe that was the right choice.
That's a tough question, I guess, but I mean, I'm not trying to dive my way into an early grave, so I'm not one to push myself for things like this.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always the possibility that we would have just gotten here more exhausted than we already were, so I think we just put in at least 100% as best we could.
Hey, you ain't gotta justify yourself to me.
And she kind of just stays real quiet for a long time and kind of hugs her knees, and eventually she'd go to bed. She looks super tired. She's taken like 7 rests in the matter in the matter of the last few hours.
Yeah, you all may hit a long rest if you haven't already. Vash, you will have another advantage on an Arcana check in the morning for the gate.
It is dawn, right?
Yes, all of your magic items will recharge as well. Now that you're rested, Vash, you are able to put back up the Abjurative Rune. And you head out probably to the cemetery as well that day.
Yeah.
Do any of the party join Vash?
Yeah.
That feels like
Okay.
Rosemary would go to.
You guys head out to the cemetery, and it is quiet there. There is no spirits stirring, no ghouls lurking about. And that necromancer, there is no trace of him, if there is any trace of him anywhere. You never saw him die. You saw him turn to vapor. You saw that vapor within the city, but you're not sure whatever really happened to him at this point. But Vash, no check necessary, because if I remember correctly, you got a nat 20 to remake the rune, which I will just carry over as a success right here. And you are able to seal the cemetery. So even if spirits do rise here again, they will not be able to leave the cemetery. And I guess the question remains, how long do you guys still stay here?
I know we have to go back, collect the rewards for all of our quests, and then that one guy was trying to as fast as possible, right? So
We should return, collect the rewards we were promised, pick up our traveler, and we shall try to leave as soon as possible. By midday, preferably.
yes, probably our best. Now that we're
You wanna move your mic closer, GC man? You just cut out 3,000 times.
uh, yes, that would probably be our best bet. Now that we have everything wrapped up.
Right, let's head back.
Okay.
And on the way back to the city, anybody that would be looking at Vash would notice that he has his watch out and he's just kind of rubbing it and looking over it. Just on the way back, not really saying anything.
And before we leave the cemetery, Rosemary's gonna do just like a small prayer and just kind of ease the spirits that have been disturbed, in hopes that at least now, even if they are sealed, they'll at least be able to rest.
Oh, also before we leave the cemetery, I don't know if I mentioned this last session, I might have, but Nick, Milo would like to replant some of the
Black roses.
Some of the black roses, because you said that he completely destroyed the bush.
Yeah, because you rolled like
Yeah,
a
same.
27 flowers pick check. It was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
think that rose bush is decimated. Yeah, I would let that be like a nature check to see how well you can plant them. I'll give you advantage because I feel like that's something you would know how to do. Living in the forest is planting things.
Can I argue survival, or would it be nature?
I feel like what about survival would let you know how to plant flowers versus nature of knowing plants?
I mean, survival is just like what a plant needs to grow properly, how to adequately pot it. Not pot it, but like root it, make sure it gets the water, where the correct placement would be so that it could thrive and stuff like that.
I
Mala doesn't
would
know the fucking
argue
scientific name.
I would argue that that would all be nature, but I will be nice and let you roll survival. Because knowing how much a plant needs to be watered does feel like a nature check.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Survival is like your survival, not the plant's survival.
Insane. I can roll nature if you want to be like that.
I said I would be kind and you could roll. Well,
Okay, let's be kind. Let's be kind. Let's be kind.
There we go.
Significantly better. Significantly better.
I don't know. You rolled the nature check first.
I was being a dick. You can take the 10 or you can take the 20.
The
I
10 was the base DC. It was just everything above that was just how much better you did. So you are able to replant. It'll be a while before a bush grows from the bud, but you are able to replant.
He would have spent 2 roses out of the 27.
Yep.
Also, when we're running back, Kane would talk to Rosemary again, just while we're on our Huskers. Rosemary, that's not the fucking accent. He's not Southern. I'm killing myself. Just suddenly, he's like, I don't want to have a Southern accent. It makes me sound stupid, so I'm gonna do Australian instead.
Suddenly Seymour.
Do I remember how to do my character's accent? Hold on.
Oh no.
Crikey.
Yeah, crikey, fuck, shit. There we go. Rosemary, did you, like, ghosty thing he did? Do you know anything about that?
Nick, remind me. I believe last session I did roll to see if like I recognized like what kind of spell it was.
What?
The necromancer when he
What
exploded.
happened?
When he exploded.
A soul came out of his body and flew away.
Oh yeah. You rolled well enough to know that while not a lich, it was a step to a lich, like a step below a lich. So he could be alive. You genuinely don't know because it's just a lot of variables.
Well, basically he was trying to do lich things. It's long and complicated, but it's not like on the level of a lich. It's just like a little bit below. So honestly, he might still be alive. I was actually gonna let Repta know that there's a possibility he might still be around. So to keep an eye out for somebody of that description. He may not even look like that anymore.
What the fuck is a lich? What is a lich?
So you know a lich, and Rosemary goes on a long tangent about explaining what a lich is. I feel like it lasts the entire journey back.
You finish describing and the conversation's over.
Mm-hmm.
You talk too much.
Yes, you guys get back to the city. Upon getting to the city, Sarnai actually approaches you guys. I've heard around town that you all are actually from the academy over at Mistveil.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Quite a test for students here, I would say.
Yes, this was our first mission too.
And do you think you all passed?
Well, the city is still standing. Of course, there were casualties, but we did finish what we set out to do, so. May not be our highest mark, but I think we completed our task.
It feels
50
strange to allocate points when not so many have fallen. Judy more dirty looks at Rosemary.
53, to be exact, if you're curious.
I was not, but thank you regardless.
I think it would be good if all 4 of you kept that number with you to remember what a slip up can mean. Sure, you prevented more lives from being lost, but you still let 53 people die. You're not
I'm sorry, and
always.
who are you?
I introduced myself yesterday.
No, not your name. Did you attend the academy? Are you a wary traveler?
I attended an academy, not Mistveil particularly, but I am an adventurer. But I myself think I would like to go to Mistveil, so I will accompany you back.
Well, I cannot stop you. And I have no particular reason to, but I will say it is kind of weird that you're going to follow us back. I don't know why you would want to. Um, Also, another note: whatever did this here is most likely still out there. There was some sort of uh, couple steps below a lich, from what I've heard, in that tomb that we fought. So I don't know how safe this place is still.
To
I'd
be
put up.
fair, I don't think. I think it's less likely that they'll be coming back because, well, their real target wasn't here, remember?
Yes. Um, I did put up the wards, the abjuration wards. So even so, this should be hopefully a little bit more safe, or at least as safe as it was.
Well, let me know when you head out, and I will accompany.
All right. Do you guys, for money reasons, just do you guys want to split everything afterwards, or like when we get paid?
We can divvy everything up once we get back, I think. That'd be a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah, right.
Vash just kind of rubs his temples.
I gotta go grab that book.
I can go deliver the flowers if I'd like to expedite this process.
Yes, I can go and turn in the amulet. So I will be back after that. Do we want to meet up at the with the Huskers? The Huskers are. We'll just all meet up back there.
Also,
Mhm.
remember, you have the blueprints for the crypts. You should return that to Mr. Flowers. Or you can give it to Kane, then he can do it there.
Yes, here, King. Take those.
I gotta go pick up a twink too. I'll just grab everything we need and drop them off right here near the Huskers.
There are
I'll
also
go along.
rubbings.
I
I'm
was
sorry,
gonna say I'll
Rosemary.
go along with Kane to deliver the rubbings.
Right. And who would like to talk to the priest about the burning of the body?
That's where I was
That's
going.
where Vash is
Oh.
going.
Yeah.
Apologies. Alright, meet back with the Huskers.
I wouldn't mind Rosemary delivering me a rubbing. um, yeah, we don't need to roleplay all that. I hope you guys have somewhere what the rewards were, because I cannot find my fucking note that has it. Uh, so you guys deliver the flowers, you deliver the amulet, you deliver the rubbings and the blueprint, which gets you the book. Why
I
did you see making it so
remember.
much dark? Oh Jesus! It got dark and
rem-
it's so bright.
I remember one of them gave us 15 and another gave us 10. And I don't know if it was the flowers that gave us the 15 or 10 or the burning of the body, but I know that like it's
Well,
interchangeable.
you did both, so it's
Yeah.
25 together then.
Mhm.
And then the library gives you the book. And then don't forget about all the loot you guys got in the mausoleum.
By the way,
Yes, I have that written down.
I fucking started actually sketching the mausoleum until we found the fucking blueprints. Fuck you, Nick. Fuck
Really good.
you.
Yeah. I
Do
had
we
it in
get
that
something
Photoshop.
extra since we did that?
I only did half
Point
of
of
it.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know,
Yeah.
if Quiet finished it, maybe. It's only half done, so I can't. You know, it's a half done job. You round down in D&D,
Literally.
so it's a 0.
Once we reached the area where we found, because we found the blueprint up here, stopped.
So it's basically done.
It's the first half.
Kane goes and picks up Aaron Cowley, business owner slash twink. I'm sure that's what his business card says. God, I would love to have a business card in real life that just says Nick Twink. And I give it to people and they're like, this is false advertising.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, so you guys plan to just leave now?
Yep.
Mother would like to stop by Repton super quickly.
Hmm.
On our way out. Like we have the Huskers are packed. We'll just find them at the gate or something.
Hmm.
Excuse me, Sir Repton. Perhaps it might be too soon to discuss such matters, and if it is, I do apologize for bringing it up. But I suppose a matter of sovereignty is to be discussed with Mr. Duguay and his untimely passing. Who do you believe that responsibility falls to? People have been telling us that we, saved the day, but I feel wrong leaving the city in a state without a leader.
When a governor dies, the vice governor steps up until the next election. At the moment, we have a governess. I definitely know her name.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment. Governess Maria Repton.
Oh. I assume you two know each other?
My elder sister.
If she is, as capable as you are, then the city should be in good hands.
Oh, I should thank you for what you were able to do.
Please, thanks are entirely unnecessary, but appreciated nonetheless. There is a lot to do in the city, and I should let you get back to it.
And he heads back to disaster relief.
Shall we head out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you guys head out. It is a couple days journey back to Mistveil Academy. I believe it's a 3-day journey.
Mm-hmm.
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 Uh, and is there anything that happens along the way?
Rosemary would examine the diary of, oh my goodness,
Anastasia?
of well, we also have Garla's diary, so she would
Oh,
take a
yeah,
good
yeah.
look at she would take a good look at that one. But since she has a limited time with the diary of Anastasia, she would probably focus on that. But she would try and read as much as possible from both of them.
All right. So the diary of Anastasia. Give me. Rosemary very quickly realizes that she writes in such a peculiar way, Anastasia, that sometimes it's hard to follow. It's like one sentence, and then the next sentence doesn't relate to that first sentence, and then the third sentence relates back to that first sentence.
That's
She
so
is,
me.
it is like ADHD stream of consciousness.
Hmm.
So give me just like an intelligence check, DC 12, to just kind of make sure you're able to comprehend.
Okay.
And
Um, considering
Barnabas convicted. That's what
that's
you're
going to
gonna
be
ask.
yes, 21.
21, good. You learn that this is all written from her time away from society. You learn of the name of somebody that would interest you when I find it, because I keep too many folders. There we go. Felix Faber. Felix
That's the
Faber.
okay.
Felix Faber. This was a man who lived in the woods that she was in a relationship with. Um, she spoke very highly of him. Uh, hmm. I will give you extra information if you choose not to spend time with the other book.
Yes, I will spend more time with it.
I'm gonna tell you this. Kane would tell you he wants to sell both books if he can.
Okay. Rosemary would like agree to that, but she's just like, we could get extra points if we turned in the diary to the headmaster. So
I plan before we sell them to make copies of both, just so you know. I'm
we can
going
do that
to.
too.
I don't really care as long as we. I mean, I'd rather sell both of them if I'm being honest. You know, I don't give a shit about point. I would rather take the money.
But Sam Kwai and GC Man,
Mm.
give me and Raider a moment, please.
Mm.
Rosemary, you learn through reading, and it takes you a while to figure it out. She keeps using odd descriptors for Felix and using odd terms that some of them you don't even really recognize because they're just outdated terms. But at some point, you put it all together that Felix Faber was a dragon who polymorphed himself into a man.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Did she describe it as a purple dragon out of curiosity?
She
Didn't
never
say.
said this. She didn't say the
Gotcha.
skin color.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions before we bring the rest back?
Just if she would talk about like any descendants that she may have had with Felix or anything kind of that akin to that.
The end of this journal, you can tell that this is probably one of many journals of hers because this does not end with her death. At the end of the journal, she starts speaking something that I think Rosemary would understand as morning sickness, being, just being nauseous all the time. But that's kind of the last entry, is something like that. So a descendant, you don't get to that, but there is evidence that there was, that she was going to have a descendant.
Okie dokie. I think I got everything.
Okay.
Sam, the fucking iPad kid.
Now we wait for Sam.
You're just seeing Nick's mouth move. I just imagine Nick going, wait,
You do not have the observant feet to delivery.
yeah.
Oh my god, Sam.
Hey.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sam.
We spent more time trying to get your attention than the actual conversation.
That's not true, because I looked up and I was like, oh, they're still talking. And then CM Punk was telling me a story and I got really into it.
So yeah, Rosemary is reading one of the journals.
I will say, since Rosemary's only using one of the journals, Vash will start making a copy in a notebook and just copying over the information in the second journal. And he will translate it to common if it's not in common already.
Give me an Arcana check as you're doing that.
$20.
The words in this book on some pages are arranged in a certain way that you think this book could cast something. It is not magical at the moment, but you think it could be. You do not think with what you have that you can recreate that in a copy.
So he will go ahead and still work on making a base copy of it without magical intent, he will let Rosemary know that he does want to make a second copy once they get back, and he buys supplies from Sam the Magic Man to create a working copy that can cast a spell.
I will tell you, I have a DC already for that. I
Mhm.
will tell you right now what it is so you can make future plans. The DC is 27.
Ugh! Ugh!
Okay. Yeah.
I believe in D&D terms, that is a near impossible check.
Mhm. That would be a nat
So,
20.
just think on that while. So you if you want to still try, you can, but
Mhm.
If that's the case, then Rosemary would discuss specifically with Vash and Kane. If Milo wants part of it too, that's fine. She wouldn't hide any information, but just bring it up. Well, if it has magical properties, maybe we can hold on to it for a little while and maybe sell off the copy and just say that the book was in such disrepair that we couldn't get the actual hard copy, so we made a copy then and there.
Why would we
We
keep
might
it?
get
Just because it's like a little magical? What does it even fucking do?
Well, that's the thing. We need to find out. I mean, it could be a powerful spell. It could be, I don't know.
I'd care more about money if I'm being honest. Unless that magical spell can make me more money in the long run, then
It might. Nick, how much knowledge would Rosemary have of like high level spells?
I think with how you've lived your life, you've studied a lot of magic. You would know higher level spells. At least know what some higher level spells can do. Yeah, definitely.
Well, Kane, there is a spell called Wish. It could make you a lot of money.
what kind of fucking name for a spell is Wish? What is this?
I
Fucking
didn't write
cartoon?
it. Basically, you make a wish and there's more details to it, but it happens. So, I mean, it's possible.
Alright.
And she'll kind of like give a wink at Vash, just being like, "We're in there."
Okay, Vash was only going to make one attempt, but now he feels obligated to keep trying.
You also know that you could use the original to try to do something, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll it'd probably be easier. Yeah. Regardless, we will see if they'll take a copy of it. And if not, we'll see what happens. You'll get your money, Kane. So don't worry about that.
one evening while you guys are camping, Milo, you notice that Sarnai, while not wearing a pin to denote it, does have a tattoo on her bicep of the Huntress symbol.
Oh,
I I I noticed you have a particular symbol tattooed on your arm. There's a dense fog in the camp.
Yes, I'm surprised you can see it. I think the necromancer might be back. Yes, I guess still am a huntress. You always are one unless specific circumstances are met, but yes, I traveled with them for a few years.
Mala kind of like readjusts his jacket to show his pin.
Did you steal that?
No, my mother gave it to me before she left. You wouldn't happen to have known of her, would you? Vera, her name was?
Good, I'm glad you said her name. Does she have a last name? There are many huntresses.
Vera, last name Slutsky, although she might have gone by her maiden name at the time. Frey? Vera Frey?
I don't remember her.
That's alright. Like you said, there are many huntresses.
You could roll an insight check.
Crazy. Guys, I think I might want to roll an insight check.
It's funny
Nah, I
because
think you're okay.
I imagine this conversation wasn't private, and I was like, "Oh, do I want to roll insight?" But I'm like, I have a disadvantage, so I think I was like, "Oh, I can't just believe her." But I was like, I don't know why Sam isn't rolling.
I took it for a word.
It's she's right. There are hundreds and hundreds of huntresses. It'd be a coincidence if she did know your mother.
You have done more by entertaining this conversation than the huntresses up in the row ever did for me. So thank you, regardless.
Well,
Guilt trip.
I will be spending some time at the academy catching up with a few people. So, while there, if you feel the need to talk about the huntresses again, I'll be around.
I appreciate that. And if you could put in like a good word for me while you're around them, just be like, "Wow, that Milo kid's doing really good stuff."
The people I'm interested in speaking with are not huntresses, but if I do come across one, I'll talk you up.
Oh, who do you intend to meet?
A couple of people I traveled with for a period of time. A couple of the professors, I believe they are now. They've moved on to bigger and better things than we ever used to. Professor Moreau and Professor O'Toole.
Do not believe I have any classes with them, unfortunately.
I'm sure Professor Moreau is quite popular amongst the students.
Nick, which one is that one?
That is the Warlock Professor.
Yes, no, I've heard the Rosemary raving about her at times.
I'd like to imagine Rosemary's like 5 feet away and heard that.
It's like, what?
Yes, no. Although I do not always believe it is about her, shall we say, teaching capabilities. But each to their own.
Barnabas is looking at you just.
You
Ah.
say you are an adventurer. I can only assume you have been doing this longer than I have. Do you have any tips for dealing with situations like this? I can't help but think that ultimately we failed.
In your mind, what is the situation?
That people died. And it was because of us.
Well, as I tried to tell you earlier, 53. You should always remember that number. Keep that with you. Keep it in mind any time you're out adventuring. Always keep in mind those you lost because you weren't able to do enough. to just think of your successes is not a good thing. It is what it will distract you, it will blind you, it will make you think that you are better than you are, which will make you lazy and not do as much as you can. But if you focus on your failures, you will try to make sure those things never happen again.
All right. I will keep it in mind.
All right. Anything else from the four of you on that 3-day journey?
I will say probably at the beginning of the day, um, Vask, Vash, will ask Rosemary to help him practice by repeatedly attacking arcane ward, and he's going to cast mage armor over and over again to basically almost break the ward, and then he's gonna heal it up, use magic, and then almost break the ward. Probably for like roughly the first 2 hours a day.
Yeah, Rosemary would help out with that. Part of me was wanting to do my spells that require saves, but I'll be nice and do the ones that actually attack easily.
Rosemary's like, sure, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's fine. It hits the ward either way.
Mm-hmm. She might throw in a cheeky sacred flame just to be cheeky about it. But yeah, she'll help you out with that. One other question. What's the condition of the other journal, the Revelia one?
Like,
Is it in rough shape or is it like...
the Replica one is in good condition.
Damn it. All right. Don't worry about that.
So yeah. If there's nothing else, you guys make it back to the academy.
I think
You
I just
are.
want to say
I will go ahead to you.
thank you. So sorry. I just wanted to say super quickly. I think Milo. I wanted to save it to the end of the journey because Milo would have said it on the boat ride back to Mistveil. He would have asked the party if they could stop by at his granddad's house to check in on him, just on the way to the academy.
Vash is like,
Milo
I'm down.
agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the face of somebody who didn't intend to roleplay as Elwood?
So geographically, you're actually going through the academy into
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because you'd be coming in from the east, and the town is on the west, and the academy's on the east.
Damn it.
We can still go
that's
stop
okay.
by if you want.
Oh wait,
I
no,
mean-
sorry. Wait, is he in Miss Coast or Mistveil?
I don't know. I believe it was Mistveil, but that kind of
Okay.
doesn't make sense. But I think he is in Mistveil.
Okay, if he's in Mistveil, then yeah, you do have that issue if you would go through the academy. It's like 15-minute walk, but I do think it's funny that you go through the academy first.
No, Milo would be like, you do not have to come. Sorry, if the docs are already in the academy, I can go visit them myself. He's just, he is alone, and the last I checked in on him, he was hazy.
Oh, I thought they meant like going deaf.
No, I honestly I would not know, but no, he is losing time, losing memories, not as sharp as he once was.
Oh, he's fucking
If you want,
sad.
I can come along with you. I mean, I have healing magic. I don't know if it'll do anything, but I mean, I can come if you want.
I do not think the healing would do much, but I would love to introduce you to him.
Okay.
All of you.
Yes, let's all go. We have to drop that guy off at the other place, anyways, right?
Well, two things. You drop Aaron off in Miss Coast because he's in the bigger city. And he kind of like leans up to Kane's ear. I look forward to your attendance.
Probably see me really soon.
I'll save you a seat. And Milo, darling, if you were interested in that position,
Oh my god. Oh, I don't even want to know what face I was making. Am I back?
Yeah.
You know how
Uh,
crazy it is? Because That's not good. Listen, there was nothing wrong with my thing, so we were just role playing, and then everyone started laughing at me. I was so scared.
but he goes, Milo, darling, if you were interested in that position, part-time even, I would be more than happy to measure you for a work uniform.
Oh, perhaps when Kane visits next, I could stop by for a work interview. Maybe.
Lovely. Well, to the other two of you, I'll be honest, I don't know your names. I'm going to go now.
Chris Ray just waves.
What I was going to say earlier is that when you guys come back to the academy, you are expected to report back to your point of contact. Pretty much first thing. Like, will they know if you go to talk to Grandpa first? Probably not.
Grandpa.
So at this point, you guys get back in like the evening. It's probably like 6 p.m. So the bakery's closed at this point, but I think it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities that Milo has a key. Because in my headcanon, he lives above the bakery. So you guys get to the bakery, which is named.
The bakery.
You cannot pull a moon. You're not allowed to.
The bakery.
It's like a really hip. It's like a really hip. You know.
Oh, yeah, this really hip, run by like a 300-year-old elf.
Could have named it like Pillsbury or something. I mean, any level of creativity.
Call it the Cake Factory. Your granddad just has a massive ass.
Leave this dementia-ridden man alone.
It just reminds me of robots.
But yeah, you walk up to the bakery, unlock the door. You see Grandpa is in the front of the store sweeping. Ah, you are back, Milo. Did you have good trip?
Yes. Yes, it was nice being outside the walls again.
Who are these people? Are they here to rob us?
No, I would hope not. They're doing a very poor job at it if they were. No, this is my adventuring party. I thought it would be nice for me to introduce them to you.
Ah, yes. Sam, what's his name?
Elwood Frey.
Yes, well, hello everybody. My name is Wood.
Oh.
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 You froze for half a second.
Your name is.
My name is Elwood.
Hello,
Yes,
my
it
name
is
is
nice
Rosemary.
to meet you. It's Vash Rosalia.
Kane, what's up?
You're quite a big man, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Mhm.
Not every time someone talks to Kane is a flirt.
It's the tone you said it in. Though.
Oh, you're a big man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have some things that were going to be thrown out anyway, so if you want some day-old muffins or bagels or something like that, I have some back here if you want.
I would love to try a muffin.
I would not say no to food.
And he just kind of like goes behind the counter and throws a bunch of stuff on a tray and puts it out. So, where did you all go?
Coletti. Went to Coletti for a mission.
Oh, was it west or east?
It's Western Coletti.
No, it wasn't. It was east.
No, I have there in my notes. It was Eastern Huleti.
I'm bad with directions.
I think that was just you're bad with names.
That too.
And you all saved the day?
Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much. As good as it gets to saving the day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is good. It's always good to save people.
And no, how have you been keeping, grandfather? Doing all right? No more burnt bread.
No. That I very rarely burn things.
Inside check.
What is the state of this tray?
Oh, perfectly baked. This man's been baking baked goods for 100 years.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah, this building is older than any of you.
Jesus Christ, Sam.
Dude, my inside check's abysmal.
It's hard to say. You know, everyone makes mistakes sometimes. Don't think you get one strong feeling about it.
Friends, please entertain my grandfather with grand stories of not only our adventures, but yours previously, prior to the academy. If you excuse me, I must relieve myself momentarily. And Milo's gonna get up and go to the bathroom and leave his friends to entertain his granddad.
The real world implications of this are fucked up. Can you imagine going to your friend's house and being like,
Dude.
"Here's my mom, hang out with them"?
I would be. Vash is like.
yeah, that's fucked up.
If that's the case, Rosemary's going to entertain Milo's grandfather with tales of grand ghost stories that may or may not be real.
The only reason I mention this, and you do not have to roleplay hanging out with my granddad, but while Milo's going to the bathroom, I'm sure he actually needs to take a piss, but on the way back or on the way there, he'd like to go into the kitchen and double check any ovens for the smell of like burnt shit, any of the like trash cans for anything burned, any signs that this is a repeat case.
Investigation check.
Ah, you dumb bitch. Where is it?
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
I thought for a second you were just calling me a dumb bitch for asking for an investigation check. I'm like, okay.
Sam!
No, Milo. Milo's the dumb bitch.
With a 9, you don't find anything.
While they're chit-chatting with the old man, Cam will be like, so do you just like, you just alone in here? You just bake all day? Is that what you do?
That is what I do at the bakery. You know, the name used to be good because when I built shop 200 years ago, it was only bakery. So I just called it the bakery. But now there's like 3 bakeries in town, and now I just look like I have bad name.
Yeah, it's alright. You don't do any, like, strange shit in here, right? You're just a good old baker.
Strange?
I don't know, maybe you you sell drugs or something else? I mean, you do any wild things?
Okay.
No, I do not sell drugs out of the bakery. I would call it the druggery if I sold drugs.
It's not the pharmacy. The druggery.
I don't know, I'm just like, making sure everything's tip top, You ever think about you need any like help or anything like that around here?
I have had apprentices in the past, but they went on to make their own bakeries.
Would you take another one or no?
I would think about it depending on who it is.
What if if it was like a certain race you wouldn't, or like
I fucking hate fearbones. those furry bastards.
They get hair in every loaf.
No, don't make my granddad racist.
No, not like a race thing. No, do they even want to bake? Are they looking for work? Things like that. I'm not just going to take anybody off the street.
well, I mean, hey, when people used to say, "Oh, I don't even think about it," it's normally a race thing. I'm gonna be honest. In my personal experience,
I don't think it is, but I'm sorry you have been around so many racist people in your life.
Well, when you got big ass horns, it's inevitable.
Oh, I did not even notice the horns.
Yeah, fuck you, Rod.
Cade, what is wrong with you?
This is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. The discrimination I face every single day. I didn't even. Come on now.
Listen,
Just tell my granddad to fuck off? What the fuck is wrong with you? I just came back from the kitchen. What is this bullshit?
I thought you were fucking taking a shit.
He's taking the piss. I was gone 2 seconds. Regardless if I am here or not, you should not be telling my grandfather to fuck off.
Hey, you should fuck off for leaving us with your fucking grandpa. That's crazy.
This is a wild trip. I'm never bringing you guys to my mom's restaurant.
Elwood, I
Listen.
apologize. Some of us here are a bit rough around the edges.
Listen, all I will say is I do not see race. all races matter.
Elwood, buddy, I feel like... Who have you been hanging out around lately? Where are you picking up these phrases?
There's a fox in the neighborhood who gives me the news.
A fox?
Yes, he brings me newspaper.
Is this some sort of reference I don't understand?
You don't get
It is an allusion to a real life thing, but yes, the mail system, the newspaper in Mistveil, it is delivered by woodland creatures. I often call it the Fox News.
Oh. Oh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think I've ever watched a single fucking minute of Fox News.
Ugh.
Right. Oh, well, maybe we should stop that. Although woodland creatures delivering news does sound incredibly delightful, I am afraid they might have implicit biases that are rubbing off on you. Regardless, this is not what Kane, don't tell my granddad to fuck off. Please, never do that again. I am already pissed off at you. You do not need to make things worse.
The fuck did I do?
We can discuss it later. Uh, well, as long as you are keeping well, grandfather, if things are doing good, I suppose. I should thank you for the baked goods, and we should be on that way. We must reconvene with the headmaster.
He like
Yes.
just takes the stuff on the tray and just scoops it into a bag and puts it in your arms, Milo.
I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for the food. I'll finish telling you that exorcism story next time I'm here.
Yes, it was very scary.
And especially the part where it's like, oh, your mother sucks cocks in hell. I'm like, yeah, yeah. And
Oh my god, someone said that to you?
yeah, it was a feat. Well, I'll tell you about it another time.
Right.
Maybe I'll need to get a fucking exorcism, I think. Maybe I gave you too hard of a time there, fucking Ghostbuster.
So yeah, you guys head back to the headmaster's office, I presume.
Mhm.
You guys get there. Her assistant tells you just head on in. She was expecting you. Again, her office incredibly messy. But yeah, you guys head in. I see you are back from Eastern Holeti. I have gotten some word already from them. It was a shame about the governor, but you all did the job.
Yeah, we did.
And how did it feel to be out there adventuring?
Well,
Honest,
Go ahead, Rosemary.
I was gonna say, honestly, the adventuring part is exciting, but it doesn't feel like an actual victory considering the tower. But we did our best, so we prevented some lives from being lost, but it doesn't take away from the others that were lost.
It felt like being outside. And then we weren't outside anymore. And then shit happened. And then we were outside. I think that sums up the feeling.
I did appreciate the chance to be outside the walls again, but I am questioning some of us's capacity for altruism.
Yes, like Rosemary said, the adventuring part was quite enjoyable. I did find learning, discovering new things nice. It did sting, however, to lose the 53 people that died. Letty. It makes me want to learn faster so I can protect more people in the future.
This was your first of many missions. Um, I do have some paperwork for you all to fill out. And she hands you all essentially a piece of paper to fill out your own wording of what happened, which I would actually like you all to write for next week. Just a couple paragraphs, but from your character's perspective, what happened. I'm sure some of you will have opinions. um, did you find anything interesting out there?
Yes.
Well, well, the necromancer was interesting, needless to say. He was looking to what I can only assume revive Anastasia, the saintess, but come to find out her body's not there, so that was interesting. He dissipated into a puff of smoke, and well, that's how things kind of went south inside the city itself. But ultimately, he did fail, so there's that. Um, she's gonna kind of like eye Vash for a second and kind of like be like, "Should I tell about the diary already, or?"
I mean, he seems like sure. I don't know.
We did find a diary from Garla Ravella, and we're actually trying to make copies of it. So, if you're interested, we can provide you with said copy.
I would be very interested in copy, even the original.
Rosemary kind of looks over and is just like, yes, it's quite extensive, so it might take us a while to fully examine it.
Wonderful.
Can I get an insight check on the vibes of her interest in the diary?
Vash will go ahead and insight check too. I feel like he would be interested in clocking in.
Nope.
Insights are not being good this session.
She does seem interested in looking at it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, once we finish examining it, we'll let you know.
Wow. I should not keep you all. I'm sure you are very interested to get back to the dorms, and hey, you got back in good time, so you have about a week before classes start back up. As you guys head out of that administrative building, Rosemary, you see Garma.
Killing myself.
Rosemary, you're
Fuck's sake.
back. I was
We're
starting
back.
to get I was starting to get worried about you and your band of adventurers.
We,
Took you so long.
yeah, it's kind of hard talking to a saint, so,
Oh, you spoke to a saint, did you? Which one?
Anastasia.
Oh, how convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have proof?
I did. She gave me a magic
Oh,
item that was,
oh, you did, but you conveniently don't have it now to prove anything.
Rosemary's gonna cast Thaumaturgy and make it sound like Garma just ripped a fat one.
Oh, Gamma, that stinks. What did you eat today? Fucking hell.
God, that's disgusting.
Devious, man.
Please
In
step back.
front of people? Yeah, right. Have the courtesy to remove yourself.
That was clearly not me. You all
That
saw
was
her
clearly
casting.
you.
She casted a spell, and then the sound
What are
happened.
you
That was
talking about?
clearly not me.
I didn't
I couldn't
see
even hear
anything.
you.
That
She-
fart was too loud. I couldn't hear anything over it.
Ears are
You
clogged
didn't-
with the
you-
stench of your
You didn't
drawers.
have to hear anything. She moved her hands to make a magical occurrence happen.
Oh, did you guys hear that? And he just like shouts
You
out to
made
like
currents
the
happen
people
for
around.
sure.
Oh my god.
Crazy
We
you
were
would
in
blame
front
it
of
on a
you.
girl.
Right? I can't even imagine what happened if we were behind you. Fuck, man.
And then I'm gonna cast prestidigitation and soil his pants.
Devious work, spellcasters. Devious work.
Oh boy. Where there's
So-
thunder, there's rain.
So Vash, you shit Garma's pants. And Garma's like, you clearly saw her cast a. Oh no, Vash, why would you do this? I saw you cast that.
What are you
Shit
talking
your
about?
pants? Oh my god!
Not only did you break wind, you broke thunder too.
Holy shit, Gavin, did you shot yourself?
No,
Oh,
I
how funny is-
didn't. I
No.
clearly didn't. You all playing a nasty prank on me.
How would we, in what world would we have that kind of knowledge to do that beforehand? Like
You're
how would we have known?
spellcasters.
What are you
You're
talking
spellcasters.
about?
You have spells
I'm
to
not a
do things like
spellcaster.
this. Yes,
I
you
have no
are.
spells.
You
My-
have spells. Don't lie.
Anywho, we're leaving. You smell.
Yeah, that's super gross that you would fart and just soil your pants like that right in front of us.
Yeah, this guy shit his pants, guys. He shit his pants.
Truly disturbing.
So, Raider and GC Man, each of you roll a D100.
Oh no.
These
How bad
these combined will be how many people saw Garma.
Oh,
have
man.
shitty pants.
Oh man.
So it's at least 79 so far. So
Come on.
Is there any help with
We hit
Kane
over 100.
actively trying to get people's attention though? Does that increase it a little?
Could
Kawhi,
be
roll,
Ken
roll a D100, Kawhi.
Oh.
Oh, it's only 8. That's really
Ah.
fucking low.
To be fair, over 100 people hearing that you've shit yourself, crazy, devastating. Even.
Yeah.
Garma might kill himself, and it might be your guys' fault. The planned storyline for Garma might end here.
Oh my
Um,
god.
It's 110 people.
There's only like 200 people in the school, right?
Yeah, so at least half the student body.
The student
Yeah.
body knows. Oh my god.
Damn, killing my arch nemesis.
Our cabin's gonna be on fire tonight.
Quick, super quickly, this is so okay. But does he have prestidigitation? Because did he unsoil himself, or did he have to walk back to his dormitory with shit in his pants?
And canonically, he is a warlock, and I don't think warlocks get
Yeah,
prestidigitation.
let me see real quick. Prestidigitation 5e. It is a warlock spell.
Oh, is it?
I will roll 50-50. 51 to 100. He has prestidigitation. 1 to 50. He doesn't. So that is how so many people saw him, is because he had to walk all the way back to. So those people, so there most people don't even see you guys talking to him. They just see him walking with shitty drawers.
Did you know that the girl that he made cry on his like in his team, did
Mhm.
she see this happen?
What? Yeah, was his party there?
With a two, she would have had to seen it.
Yeah. I don't think his party was actively with him because they don't like him, so they tried not to spend time with him. But they they were like having like a nice like dinner together at the house, and he walks in, and they're just all look, and they're just like, "Did you shit yourself?" He's like, "No, it was a spell."
Our word, shit yourself.
Guys, we might be the bad guys. I
Nah.
Yeah, about halfway through that, I was like, I kind of removed myself from the fact that I was in a D&D game, because like in a D&D game, this guy's like an antagonist, like fucking L on him. But I'm like, if I saw a group of kids doing this to another kid, I would think that they were monsters.
Hey, he made one of his
Hey.
party members cry.
Yeah.
He had it coming. That being said, we need to use this strategy on the final boss.
wasting an action in combat to make the villain shit himself.
Two actions.
Yeah.
Do you guys make any stops? Because you do have a book to turn in, although I don't know what you're doing with that book at the moment. The Anastasia journal. I don't know if you are taking it back to your dorm to make the copy of it first.
Yeah. Vash will
Mhm.
prioritize getting a copy done, and to try to get that turned in if they'll accept it. If not, he would be. He would kind of want to try to still use it, but if they wouldn't take it and Kane wasn't gonna get the money for it, then he would go ahead and give the book Kane.
I thought you were gonna try to. Was this not the one you're gonna try to copy with like special material?
That was the other one.
That's the other.
That's the one that we're holding on to for a little while.
Okay.
Anastasia's is the one that we're turning in. But if we want to make a copy of that one as well, then
I think Milo would recommend that we all go home. We all like just divvy out all the loot that we've collected onto the table. We talk admin, like what we're gonna sell, what we're gonna keep, all that kind of stuff. And like we feed the huskers and then go home.
Is there even? Oh, there's like the items.
Yeah.
Because there's some stuff that needs to be sold, like the gems and the painting of the cow. If not,
No, that's going up in Milo's room.
okay. Well, you owe Kane. 10, what is 10 divided by 3 or 4? You owe him
2.5.
fucking 2 gold and 5 silver. If you want.
And you owe Milo 53 people, so we'll call it even, huh?
But you can't put a value on a life, so
Yeah,
So
and
you're forever
if Kane
indebted.
had to put a value, it would be none, and you owe him 2 gold and 5 cents.
I really don't think Ken should be this academy guy.
I don't know what you mean.
there's a separate academy to learn how to be a villain.
The teachers are nicer there.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
for the spirit shard, Vash would be willing to pay out the value of it because he does want to keep it. Because he wants to use that in conjunction with the necromancer's book to try to learn some necromancy.
One thing for Sam, is I sent you all those custom arrows. I forgot to tell you that monster parts can make custom arrows even further. So, like, not the ones on the list. If you have a specific monster part, it can make a unique arrow. If you want to try to take that crystal from Vash, it could make something. But you guys head back. I will remind, we can do this another time. The huntresses you can give information to for rewards, and same thing with the Monster Research Society.
Mhm.
But we'll do that probably during your downtime, which will be next week, I think. So between now and next week, think about that. But you guys head back to the house after talking to a couple people and bullying Garma. It's probably like 8 p.m. at this point. You guys walk into the house. Akira there to greet you at the front door. Hello, all of you. It is good to see you all back. Milo, Rosemary, Vash, why don't you all head upstairs and get yourselves cleaned up? I'll have dinner ready soon. Vash, there is something I'd like to discuss with you.
Vash or
So-
Kane, because you said Vash
so-
twice.
Sorry, Kane, there's something I'd like to
Okay.
discuss with you.
Yeah, Milo grabs his painting, goes upstairs. As he passes Akira, he's gonna turn back to Kane, holding the painting, and go. And then head upstairs.
Fucking.
Kane punches through the painting. that goal ain't worth it anymore.
Why is he from New York?
But after you three go upstairs, Akira looks to Kane. I don't want to get too personal with you, Kane, which is why I'm fading away at the moment. Fucking love that this camera is just randomly doing this. I guess I would like to ask how your home life was. If it was a safe environment.
All right. What a thing to ask someone. What? You fucking therapist? What are you asking about?
I just want to know if it was safe. It is safe.
Well, that's a strange thing to ask someone. I don't know if I would want to answer that. Do you? Are the authorities involved in this conversation?
That would be up to you. And he kind of like turns his head for you to follow him back into the kitchen area. And kind of around the corner is like the little breakfast table. And you see at the breakfast table with kind of like head down, sleeping, with a bandage on the side of his face and a bandage on the side of his neck, is your younger brother.
Oh fuck.
And I think that is where we should end the session.
Also, we just walk into the house and there's Kane's younger brother.
Like we're all going upstairs, being like, "Who's the fucking kid?"
I pictured it
You
was.
guys didn't see him. It's
Yeah.
around the corner.
Okay.
So yeah, he was out of view. Otherwise, Kane would have been like, "Hey, is that my brother?" But that was session 5 of Mistveil Academy. We'll be back next week for session 6, unless one of us has a tragedy.
It's
Not
happened
it.
before.
Uh, um, yeah. So we'll be back with Mistveil Academy, session 6. Anyone have any last words? All right. Then take us out of here, Sam.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. Tune in next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Love yourself, love each other, love animals, stay hydrated, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.
Doses.